Hey guys, Wandering Edge here, and just like to say thank you guys so much for the views on the Metal Bringer video. I really appreciate it, guys. So glad you guys all enjoyed it and left comments. Hope you guys check the game out. Like I said, I think it's totally worth it. And I apologize for taking so long on this video. I had written a script, didn't record it for a while, and then when I recorded it, I'm like, you know, this doesn't sound like me. So I'm re-recording it, so hopefully this one goes better. But anyways, guys, today's game is a game we've actually played quite a bit on stream. It's Atomic Picnic, developed by BitCake Studio, and it's published by a company called Mad Mushroom. It's a third-person roguelike shooter. It's currently in early access, but don't worry, the devs are very active. In fact, I'm pretty sure they put out an update while I was writing this script. But anyways, the game right now doesn't really have much of a narrative. So when you start the game, it'll just kind of drop you off into the tutorial, and that's what it'll teach you, just how to play basic movement with the keys, how to aim, how to shoot, how to use your grenades, and I'll tell you about the impulse gear, which allows you to either multi-jump, because you can get multiple, or just perform a quick reload, which could be useful later. And it will, once you've done that, it will just drop you off into your base camp. The game has no narrative yet, so you don't really have to worry about cutscenes or conversations yet. They will definitely plan on adding that later once you get closer to the game launch. I can't wait to see what the actual story is, but it is third-person roguelike. Usually those games either have background stories or the stories tend to just be, background noise and just be there to get your point of view. The gameplay is very fun. Once you're at the camp, you can do things like change your loadouts, which include changing your character. Each character has their own unique stats, as well as passive abilities and an active burst ability you can unlock, as well as change your primary weapon, which comes with their own reload mods to give you buffs if you do a quick reload. It comes with a secondary fire, which you fire by charging up a gauge and then aiming and firing. Or just change your primary firing mode. For example, you can have an assault rifle that just shoots normally. You can have an assault rifle that shoots in a triangle pattern. You can have a shotgun that shoots bouncing bubbles. It's actually a lot of fun. They're all unlockable as well. And you can check your unlockables at the discovery screen, which will unlock and further show you what challenges you need to complete as you play the game. You can also upgrade your mementos, which are just your permanent stat upgrades that you upgrade with the currency. And once you're ready, you can just talk to the lovely Captain Rose and get ready to start off on your runs. The game is objective based, so once you start off on a run, the objective will be displayed in the top right, and you'll simply have to complete it. The objectives range from things like simple get to certain levels, kill a certain amount of enemies, to kind of things that are a little bit more tricky, like protecting a zone, for example, which can be a lot harder, or destroying a tower, which each tower zone has various debuffs. Once the enemies will start to spawn immediately, so make sure you shoot them very quickly before they rush up to you and start attacking you. You don't want to lose health, because healing in this game is actually hard, as you can only heal by destroying various ore veins you'll find around the area, and picking up either orange pebbles, which is your currency, or green healing rocks. Enemies themselves will drop healing, level you up as you collect enough. Every level you'll be able to grab a curio, which is your run item. Gives you things like piercing shots, crits, and then you can even get more interesting things like you can get exploding bullets, you can get ricocheting bullets, you can get things related to quick reloads like lightning strikes, you can get things related to your dashes like flaming trails, you can get an AoE damage zone. Once you have certain curios at max level, you can open up a chest to get an evolution, which basically just combines your two max curios into a really powerful effect. In order to get a chest, you have to complete 2 out of the 4 currently available events, which is one of them is a timed chest event, so you just stay in the zone until the chest unlocks. The other is a runaway chest, which has an enemy carrying the chest. You just shoot at the enemy, he'll drop a whole bunch of money, and then the chest once he's down. The other events are a healing fountain you destroy to give you some healing, as well as stat upgrades that will take some of your health, but increase your stats by a little bit. The runs will progress. They usually go around, I think they're around 40 minutes, 45 minutes. And at the end of every run, you'll have to do a big boss fight. It's usually not that hard, but it'll be pretty fun. Once the run ends, it'll be shown how much money you make, how much other resources you grab, like moon cores, which you still unlock passive abilities, as well as anything you might have unlocked. You can then view your unlockable screen at the discoveries section, so you can see what other things you work towards unlocking, like more grenades, guns, primary fires, characters. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, the game is solo, but you can also play the game with multiplayer. You do have to have friends to invite, because I don't have friends. But yeah, the game's a lot of fun. Like I said, I can't wait to see what else they update. Pretty much every major update, I take a run through the game to look at the new things. It's a lot of fun. I'm playing it. Again, it is early access, so, it is kind of a gamble. I know a lot of people don't really like early access, but I can't fully recommend the game. I don't fully recommend early access games unless the game is basically complete and just doing bug fixes. And yeah, but anyways, guys, that will be it for today. Like I said, please check out Atomic Picnic. I still do recommend it, even if it is an early access game. And I am working on a scale I'll put at the front of at the end of each video on how much I recommend the game. I think it goes like 1 to 5. And I'd say this game is about a 3, maybe a 4 out of 5. Because like I said, I still recommend it even if it's early access. Anyways, guys, that'll be it for today. Thank you guys so much for stopping by today. Hope you had a good time, and I will see you guys later. Thank you guys very much.